been any sense? I know it's the word timeline, but I mean, how much longer?
No.
No idea. You got 2 days worth of practice, obviously, in between games. You don't get to do that very often. Really like what you were able to accomplish in a couple of days.
Well, we had plenty of things to work on. There are a lot of areas that we need to continue to get better at. How we start games. Our rebounding is constantly a challenge for us, and defensively we need to be as physical as we can be.
I guess how do you just when you have a lot of things to work on, how do you pick one and focus on, and then what do what can you get across in a practice to say this? I've got to start games better.
Well, with 2 days, there's plenty of time to key in on some things. Defensively, we certainly spent more time defensively the last couple of days than offensively, but we've needed offensive work too. So practice time is valuable. This will be a rare time down the stretch where we get a couple of days, so the hope is that we've made good use of it.
You obviously, whenever you talk about defense, you talk about presence. I mean, like one of the biggest things that you're looking for. I mean, is there a way to measure it, or is it a sort of eye test kind of thing that you look out and you see a lack thereof, or are there particular numbers or anything else you look at and say we're lacking presence today? Is it mostly just what you see?
Look at the opponent's shooting percentage.
Sure. Right.
You can look at rebounding, and points in the paint. All those are indicators that you're either there the way you need to be or you're not, and so. I know those are the indicators, but the eye test is also a strong indicator. And so, look, we gotta have a real physical mindset. Going down the stretch of the season. Every game's a war. Everybody's playing for something, and it comes down to simple, hard, efficient play.
Jarace, I know we talked earlier about when you started getting some more work at the three. How do you think that position fits you? Like, obviously, you played point guard in high school. You sort of played 4 and a lot of 5. But how does 3 feel as sort of an in-between spot?
I feel like it's perfect. I feel like it's multiple positions I could play. Obviously, 3 being one of them, but my ability to just get the rebound, run, push in transition, find teammates, but also play multiple positions on defense as well. But also have big guys around me, which also helps my playmaking. So I feel like it's perfect.
As far as where you're attacking from on offense, what do you like about just the positions that you get to operate from, and how do you think you sort of fit that play?
Yeah, like playing more on the wing, being able to catch and go, get downhill, obviously being able to catch and shoot, knock down 3. So, just being on the floor with a ton of space and playing with Tyrese and the other guys makes it easier.
You've obviously had a lot of experience defending on the perimeter. How do you think this position fits you defensively?
I feel like it's perfect because I've been able to guard multiple positions for a while now. So being able to do that at the 3, being able to switch out onto guards and even bigger players, it's efficient.
I know I asked you this a bunch in terms of your progress and how you feel like you're getting better. We've talked a lot about the shot. What are some other areas where you feel like you've made a lot of progress?
I feel like with film, I would say I've grown. Just watching film, being able to dissect it, being able to learn from it, get better, and just take bits and pieces from other people's games as well.
When you talk about film, are you talking about your own game, or are you talking about like preparing for somebody?
Film is it's a lot. I watch my own film, I watch other teams' film, I watch our team's film, I watch my own personal film, like just my minutes. So a little bit of everything just to continue to grow my basketball mind, I would say.
What have you learned from yourself on film? Like when you watch yourself, what have you seen to be like, okay, I gotta fix that, or this is good, and I can build on it? Like, what are the biggest things you've learned about your own game and developed about your own game through watching film?
I would say not passing up any open shots, and also staying aggressive and being in the right spots on defense.
You guys, I think he's ranked second. You and Tyre, second in the league in like assist combination. Assists from him to you, I think. What's just that say about just how that connection's flourished, over the course of this year?
It's just synergy, man. I think it's grown. I think we both mutually benefit off each other. I think it comes from playing together and time and just consistency. And we just learned one another in the season. And he's got a better, I think, a relationship as far as communication and whatnot's concerned. So, it's been smooth.
I'm doing a piece on Jarace. I know we talked a little bit about him before. How are you seeing just him progress, especially on the defensive end? I think when he's getting in there, he's getting more work at the 3 and kind of spreading out his game in terms of positions. How are you seeing him, grow into different spots and elevate, especially on the defensive end?
Skill level's always been there. I think it was just time and opportunity. I think that he's he did a lot of his stints in the G League and whatnot and shined down there, but he's finally having a chance to show it at this level. I mean, his ball skill is something that's unmatched. I think something that his vision is something that's really big for him as well, and obviously his defensive versatility. But just him getting those reps are important. Him finally gets time to step up with Doug and Ben, a couple guys out. It's going to be good for him.
How have you seen him get better, more solid, I guess, in the defensive end? An issue, I guess, earlier was him talking about gambling a little bit too much and trying to go for steals and stuff. It seems like he's gotten a lot more steady and keeping guys in front of him. You seen a difference there?
Yeah, for sure. He's got more discipline. I feel like in college, you can get away with a lot of those gambles and stuff like that just because you rely on your instinct, from high school. But this ain't that level, and I think he learned that right away. Is when you gamble, you're hurting the team in a sense. When you try to make those gambles or try to do uncharacteristic things, it can lead to bad stuff for us. And one thing about the NBA games, every possession matters. When you get to college and high school, it's a little different. You can make up for possession with talent and whatnot, but every possession matters in this game. And he understands when and not to do it.
Bruce obviously talked a lot about getting better at starts, basically. What kind of things have you tried to get through in the last couple of days of practice, and what do you guys feel like the issue is there? It's the same group of guys as super efficient in the third, basically.
I think if anything, what our starts is concerned is our defense. We know we can score, but defensively is where we gotta. You just know we gotta make a stand defensively more than anything.
What's the balance? I talked to Aaron about this yesterday. As far as you want to come out and be physical and bring presence defensively, but the other issue is you don't want to get yourself in foul trouble before you have a sense of how a ref's going to call it. What's kind of the balance of bringing the exact right amount of presence and not bringing too much and getting yourself in foul trouble?
It just changes night in and night out. A lot of it depends on the officiating crew. When you being a veteran and being around the league, you start to learn, what officials how certain officials call games, just like players have scouting reports too. Refs kind of the same way, So just knowing, who's in front of you, and then also defensively, just you can't ever take away from your aggression. You got to do things that makes you yourself.
Now, after this game coming up tomorrow, we'll officially be past the 80% of this season. How would you say this team is better over the course of the season than say you guys were day one back in October?
I think our confidence has grown. I think that's one thing that's big. I think that we were kind of still trying to find ourselves towards the beginning of the season, and then the NCAA tournament was big for us. We finally got a chance to show it on a national level, and then we just went through the highs and lows of the season. So I think confidence has grown. Defensively, we've definitely gotten better. That was a goal of ours. We're still not the best or where we want to be, but we've definitely gotten better from where we started. And overall, I think that's our team chemistry, team morale has just grown, more than anything. Just being around each other more and just understanding who we are as people and as basketball players.
Kind of along those lines, I know everybody on the team is skilled, but is there anybody this season that stood out from you that you're like, wow, this guy's really improved with this year and it's really stuck out to you this point of the season?
Aaron Nesmith, I think he's made the biggest jump more than anybody. Just not just being just a defensive guy, he's a threat. Offensively as well, something that's been big for us. He's the first guy that really stands out to me. I think Jalen Smith's gotten a lot better too. Sticks has put in a lot of work this summer and was ready to step up. Isaiah too, I feel like when his number was called, he's been ready every single time. He's not making the same undisciplined plays he was making a couple years back. So those three on top of my head are people that I've seen that have really grown.
With a lot of team success comes a lot of fans living and dying with every single game. So after the last couple of weeks, a lot of people freaking out on the Twitters and everything along those lines. What would be your message to them at this point?
Oh man, at this point of the season, man, obviously all these games matter and whatnot, but you just have to trust and believe in just like what we built and where we come from and where we are now. So, I understand, where panic might seep in, but at the end of the day, you just have to trust and believe that we know what we're doing, and we've worked hard to get in this position, and we don't want to fail.
And last one for you. Saw the video that you put out of all the Lego pieces you put together over the season. Is that right on pace? Is that a lot for you? A little? Where are you at? And which one is your favorite one?
I think this year I've been in the house a lot more than I have been in the past. I mean, I feel like in years past I would like go for a walk or something, or even go to like, I don't know, grocery store or something like that. But I've been real just at the house this year, so I've had a lot more time to put some stuff together. So it's definitely more than I've done in the past, but nonetheless, it's still fun. I mean, it's still still something that I enjoy. I mean, my favorite one I put together, I mean, probably like the Hogwarts Castle. It was like 6,000 pieces. That was a fun one for me. Me and my girlfriend actually put that together, with each other. So it was cool.